There was a time they looked at you and didn't see the full picture. They underestimated your resilience, your brilliance, and your ability to rise above. While they sat back and judged, you were busy building. Brick by brick, day by day, you were constructing a better version of yourself, quietly, intentionally, with vision. They didn't think you had it in you. They saw only what was on the surface and assumed that was all you had. They never imagined the strength brewing underneath, or the fire in your soul that would one day burn through every obstacle. Their assumptions became their downfall, not yours. While they were gossiping, laughing, and scheming, you were in the background evolving. While they wasted energy setting traps, you stayed focused on your purpose. Their distractions became their prison, while your discipline became your wings. Many people who underestimate others are usually avoiding the work they need to do within themselves. They were stuck in their own mess, but couldn't take accountability. Instead, they projected their limitations onto you, hoping you'd believe you were limited too. But you didn't. You refused to let their projections define you. You knew you were meant for more, and that belief, however small it might have started, was the seed that grew into an unshakable tree of purpose and progress. They tried to throw storms at you, but you became the calm within. Every test, every betrayal, every setback, it only pushed you further into alignment. You turned the pain into power, the silence into strategy, the rejection into redirection. Now they're confused, bewildered. Some are bitter, others quietly watching. They don't understand how you overcame all the trials they sent your way. What they don't know is that the very pressure they tried to use to crush you only strengthened your core. You went inward. You did the soul work. You stopped looking for external validation and turned your focus toward your internal foundation. That's the part they never saw coming, your ability to thrive from the inside out. While they sought recognition, you built resilience. While they bragged, you built. While they pretended, you prepared. Now you're walking in results they never imagined, because your actions weren't for show, they were for growth. Some of them thought you were naive, when really you were wise enough to stay silent. You weren't just quiet, you were calculating. You weren't passive, you were patient. You knew your moment was coming, and now it has arrived. They thought you were playing checkers, but you were mastering chess. Every move you made was strategic. Every loss you turned into a lesson. Every delay you used for preparation. Now you're ahead, not because of luck, but because of alignment. Now, ironically, some of these same people need you. The very ones who doubted your value are beginning to recognize it. They're trying to find ways to reconnect, reattach, or reappear, but you've grown beyond their frequency. They can feel the absence of your light. You were the light in many of their lives, and they didn't appreciate it until it was gone. Now they're surrounded by the same darkness they once tried to throw at you. But you're not bitter. You're better. And that's the ultimate win. You're not seeking revenge, you're focused on elevation. Your peace is louder than their chaos. Your purpose is deeper than their pettiness. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. You've already won. Because the real reward was never proving them wrong. It was proving to yourself that you were always right about who you were becoming. Keep shining, not for applause, but because it's your nature. The sun doesn't need permission to rise, it simply does. So do you. You rise daily, with or without a witness. That's what makes you powerful. They underestimated you, and now they know. But it's not your job to fix their perception. It's your job to keep building, keep evolving, and keep glowing. Let your transformation speak louder than their assumptions. They missed their chance. You were the blessing, you still are. And no matter how they try to spin it now, the truth remains. They underestimated the wrong one. And now repeat this prayer with me. Divine source of strength and clarity, I open this sacred space in gratitude for the inner power you have placed within me. An unshakable force that continues to rise, even when faced with insult, doubt, or delay. Thank you for every silent victory, every invisible shield that protected me from what I didn't see, and every moment of grace that carried me through when I felt I couldn't go on. Even when I couldn't trace the path, your guidance was quietly working in the background, turning setbacks into setups for something greater. Today I release every word, every thought, and every ounce of energy that underestimated my worth or questioned my capability. I renounce the lingering residue of opinions that were never rooted in truth. I cut the emotional cords connected to those who couldn't see beyond their own limitations. I refuse to carry projections that were never mine to begin with. I step forward boldly in the truth of who I am becoming, whole, strong, radiant, and aligned with purpose. Elevate my thoughts, renew my mind, and expand my heart so that I may continue to grow, not only in power but also in wisdom. Let me respond to difficulty not with retaliation, but with intention. Let every disappointment be transformed into spiritual fuel that drives me toward peace, elevation, and purpose. May I not waste energy trying to prove anything to those committed to misunderstanding me. My growth is enough. My peace is proof. Grant me divine discernment as I ascend. Help me recognize who truly belongs in this next season of my life. Let me distinguish between those who are aligned and those who are merely familiar. Teach me to lovingly release the ones who return not out of growth but out of guilt or confusion. May I never confuse history with alignment or familiarity with loyalty. Keep my space sacred. Lord, keep me rooted in integrity, regardless of who tries to pull me out of character. I will not shrink to fit into places I've outgrown. I will not dim to soothe the insecurities of others. Protect my energy from the envious, the deceitful, and the emotionally draining. Wrap me in your spiritual armor and grant me the strength to say no when needed, and the wisdom to preserve my light. Sharpen my focus, that I may move with clarity and divine direction. Let my path be firm, my actions purposeful, and my spirit unwavering. May my life become a statement so bold that I never have to defend myself with words. Let my legacy outlast every rumor. Let my consistency speak for me in rooms where my name may be whispered without honor. Lord, restore what was lost in the seasons of striving, performing, and proving. Bring back the energy I wasted trying to earn love, attention, or validation from people who could never offer it in the first place. Instead, fill my cup with fruitfulness, with a peace that no situation can steal, and with abundance that comes from divine alignment, not desperation. For every moment I broke down behind closed doors, grant me elevation in spaces I didn't even expect. For every tear I cried in silence, let joy return in waves. For every room that rejected me, open doors where I am celebrated, not tolerated. Where I was dismissed, let me now be discovered. Where I was overlooked, let grace make me undeniable. I give thanks for the transformation unfolding within me, the shedding, the shifting, the sacred becoming. I am not who I was, and I am still uncovering who I'm meant to be. But I walk in this new light with confidence, grace, and humility. Let each step forward be grounded in purpose and each action rooted in authenticity. May my evolution continue to speak volumes. And as I rise, let me remain grounded in truth, never forgetting where I came from, what I've survived, and why my story matters. Let my life be a testimony, a beacon for those still walking through their dark nights. May my journey inspire others to hold on, rise up, and become. I move forward now, not just for myself, but for everyone connected to the sound of my strength. So be it. Amen.